Hi, you guys. So, being that this is my first episode, I will give myself a quick little introduction. So I'm Asha. I live in Georgia. I am a spiritual advisor. I am a poet. I'm a writer. I'm a producer. I do a variety of things. You feel me? I'm a creative. That said, being that I'm a writer, I'm a yapper. I talk a whole bunch. And I figured I would bring my talents to the internet. And all the thoughts that I have, I want to share with other people. Usually, I'm talking about all of this on Instagram or TikTok. And I will share my TikTok, but not my Instagram. Anyway, this whole point of this YouTube is to talk about dating, movies, games, I think, and music mainly. At the end of each episode, I want to give you guys a playlist or at least a song that represents the energy of the video. And I will be making a playlist for us to listen to and enjoy. But yeah, that's kind of it so far. My voice sounds like this because I lost it earlier this week, but that's its own thing. Um, anyway, today we're going to be talking about dating stages. So, this is something that I have been talking about frequently over the past few years. Um, I have been single for almost 5 years now, and I can actually stop saying that now because I'm in a relationship now. But um, these are things that I've learned over the past 5, 6 years, and instead of talking at people and sharing this knowledge with people that don't really care about it, I want to share it with the world, people that actually do give a fuck. So, when it comes to dating, I genuinely believe that there are 4 stages. And when it comes to each couple, it's individualistic to that couple. You feel me? What may be cool for Sally and Bob may not be good for Harry and Julie. You feel me? That said, 4 stages: talking, dating, exclusivity, and then being in a relationship. Let's get into it. So, with dating, honestly, I think that people I think that people make dating entirely too transactional and have likened sex or likened dating to sex. Um, Dating has become synonymous to sex. It's almost as if you talk to someone about dating someone and that's, oh, we're having sex, we're being intimate with one another. And that's not what it should be. Going on dates is meant to get to know one another and to spend time with each other and in anticipation of getting into a relationship. You feel me? So when it comes to dating, 4 stages. The first stage is talking. Now, when people say, oh, I'm talking to this person, there are many definitions of that. This is my personal definition. Take what you want from it. But when you're talking to someone, this is texting, this is FaceTiming, this is phone calls. Honestly, when you're talking, things don't have to be taken that serious because you're just getting to know one another. You just met this person. There don't have to be any serious expectations put down. You feel me? Honestly, when you're talking, a first meetup is very important because you shouldn't just immediately jump into going on a first date. That's where things get kind of muddy because you haven't done the vetting stage. You haven't figured out, one, are you attracted to this person? Is it more than just physical attraction? Are you mentally attracted to this person? You know what I mean? Like, can you guys have a conversation? And that's what texting is for. That's what having phone calls is for. A FaceTime interaction is very important, especially if you're online dating, because a lot of people catfish. And when I say catfish, I mean I'm using a picture of someone else and I'm really an old man in a basement. But also, people catfish and they use pictures of themselves that were from 10 years ago. You feel me? There's different versions of this. Also, what I've experienced is when people catfish, they'll use a picture of themselves, but they're using filters. They're always, they got their head down. You feel me? There's other people in the picture. You can't tell which one is which. Like, you know what I mean? You have to be very, very specific and very intentional, and very discerning when it comes to your vetting stages. You understand? All right, we're moving on to stage 2. Stage 2 is dating. This is I like you, you like me. We're going to make a concerted effort to get to know one another. This is going out on actual dates, you guys. This is not sitting in a car. This is not going home and Netflix and chilling. This is going to a movie, going to a park, going to a museum, going to an art gallery, going on a picnic, paint and sip. I've just listed like 7 different things that you can do that are low cost, that are very simple to do on a first date. You don't have to expect much out of that. You understand? Like, it's a first date. And I think a lot of people, especially on the internet, there's so much discourse about, oh, a first date shouldn't be low cost, or a first date shouldn't be low effort. A first date shouldn't be Cheesecake Factory. As I said, dating is very individualistic to each person. And that's what the vetting stage is for. That's what that first conversation, those first couple conversations are for, to figure out, is this person for me? Do we align in our morals? Do we align in our character? Do we align in our thoughts? You feel me? Because if you say, hey, I like you, I think you're attractive, I'd like to go out on a date with you, and you realize this person is boring, they're nothing but a face. Now you've wasted money, now you've wasted time, and no one's upset but you. So, there we go. As far as dating, you know, a lot of people think going on the date is it. It's more than that. Dating is intentional. Dating is getting to know one another with the anticipation of getting into a relationship. Because a lot of people jump into relationships. They jump from, hey, I like you, to let's get into a relationship. And that's when things get kind of muddy, because you don't know this person. You don't know anything about them. You don't know their history. You don't know why they are the way they are. That's why dating is important. Not talking, dating. Because now you're making a concerted effort to get to know one another. Now we move on to stage 3. This is exclusivity. This is I like you. You like me. We're only dating each other. We're only each other. You feel me? No, we're not. There's no, who's that? You feel me? Because, and here's the thing. And this is just for me personally. Like I said, take with it what you will. In the talking and dating stage, I don't think that any true expectation should be set. I personally think, and this is not so much as having a roster or, and that's a conversation that we'll have for another day. But this is not so much as like having options. But there are people that consider themselves to be serial daters. And there's nothing wrong with that. Some people do not have the time or the attention span to deal with multiple people, and that's fine. But a lot of the time, because of dating and because of the way that society is these days, if you put all your eggs in one basket, it's very easy to get disillusioned. It's very easy to get disappointed, because now you've set all your time aside, you've set all your attention aside for this one person who is entertaining other people, because you guys have not had that conversation of, I want to be exclusive. So the serial dater is like, I like this person, I'm only going to talk to them. While the other person is like, we're only dating. So, like, that's why dating is important. That's why talking is important. And there are stages. You can't just jump into a relationship with someone you don't know. Anyway, exclusivity. I'm only talking to you, you're only talking to me. This is, we are damn near in a relationship. We're doing all the dating things, talking, dating, you feel me? We're doing all of those things. And honestly, I feel like if you are being intentional about dating, especially if you're the type of person that says, I want to date to marry, I'm not dating to have fun, having sex in this stage in exclusivity is what's going to set the tone. You feel me? Because if you're having sex with someone that you're talking to, This is someone you're just exchanging text messages with. It gets muddy real easy. You feel me? So if you are intentional and you say, I'm not interested in having sex until I know that you and me are only dating, only interacting with each other. Also, let me mention this. Y'all need to be doing STD checks. If you're not doing them, please do them. Please do them. I'm sorry, y'all. It's just, y'all, that's another conversation for another day. But please do your damn STD test. More to the fact, in the exclusivity stage, you guys are not in an actual relationship yet. We haven't gotten to that. That's stage 4. When it comes to being in an actual relationship, a proposal needs to be made. And I'm talking to the women here. I'm talking to the women. Please listen to me. A proposal needs to be made. This man does not need to get on his knees. The woman does not need to get on their knees. Their partner, your partner, does not need to get on their knees and say, will you be mine? But the question needs to be asked. It cannot be an assumption. It cannot be, oh, we've been fucking. You're talking to me, I'm only talking to you. I don't need labels. You're getting played. You're getting played. I'm sorry. You're getting played. Please. The question needs to be asked. And it can be done in a variety of ways. Will you be my girlfriend? Can I be your man? You feel me? It can be romantic. But simply, will you be my girlfriend? Personally, I don't think that's acceptable. I want the whole to-do. I want flowers. I want a whole date. I want a surprise. You feel me? I want the cake. I want the dinner plate. Will you be my girlfriend? It needs to be personalized to me. You feel me? And that's what I want more women, more people out here to want for themselves, especially when they're getting into a relationship. Like, love is so important. It's one of the most important emotions we have. And a lot of people throw around their feelings, throw around the word love frivolously, and that is not fair. For hopeless romantics like myself, that's not fair, because I love hard, you feel me? And as far as being in a relationship, you guys, take it serious. That's all I'm saying. The whole point of this is take it serious. Like, especially if you're dating intentionally. If you're dating just to date, by all means, be safe. You feel me? That's the most important thing. Be safe and have fun. Do your STD checks, but be safe. Have fun. Do you? You feel me? This is just guidelines that ideally everyone follows. They just don't talk about it. These are unwritten rules. I've written them down. Now we're talking about it, you guys. So anyway, yeah. As far as my last couple thoughts, dating should not be transactional. It shouldn't be, what can I get out of this? Or how can I make the time and the money worth what I spent? It quite literally is about getting to know this person in anticipation of getting into a relationship. And even if you're not getting into a relationship, if it's just a friends with benefits kind of situation, which is another conversation for another day, still, you need to be vetting this person, because energy is very important. Again, another conversation for another day. So, this was fun, you guys. I thought that it was going to be much longer than it was, but I think I talked myself out for today. I'm going to be adding a playlist for this video pretty soon. If you guys have any thoughts, please, by all means, share your thoughts below. Come join me on the porch. Pull up. Let's hang out. Bye, you guys.